So, been here, it's coming up on an hour, and there is some success, which is, you know, encouraging, but I mean, not unexpected. However, none of the success has yielded any inscriptions, any, you know, marble markers, but got a big, all field stones, presumably a headstone right there. This was the pair that was visible. It's right alongside that. And then as I kind of come down this way here, I was not able to locate anything here, but I just want to kind of put the phone down just to show you, you know, this grade here is, I mean, these trees and probably things being dumped in here over the years. I mean, leaves, sticks, detritus, kind of rotten down, has raised the grade here, especially on this side where it's actually, you know, that tree is heaved concrete. I mean, it's almost a foot higher. So trying to probe through this is a nightmare. It's a heck of a workout. Because there's so much disturbance between the trees, between groundhogs, you know, it's really hard to feel what's, you know, virgin soil versus disturbed, i.e. a burial from, you know, 100, 200 years ago. There is a difference. You can feel it, you know, and especially in a place like this, which was surrounded by a fence, it wasn't driven over or anything like that. You know, the ground typically will, you know, never compact to what it was before the burial happened. So it's often useful to kind of feel with the probe, you know, using your eyes and feeling with the probe to kind of make sense of the layout. So this is, you know, the lowest row, the front row, I suppose, judging from, you know, the George Johnson when you walk in. And it's interesting because this curbing is exactly what's in Longwood, but the tube fence is not. So I do wonder if the tube fence was placed later, probably to exclude cattle. You can see kind of drilled right through the curbing, and it cracked right there. So anyways, there's some observations there. But as we come up here, we have located more field stones. There's one there. There's another there. That was the other one that was visible before. And I believe, though I'm not 100% sure, that the layout is, you know, head, foot, i.e. that's an infant. But that's not a slam dunk. I really haven't correlated pairs here. That's absolutely it's a nice fieldstone marker. But I did find, you know, there's that in the corner there, which could be an uprooted one that's got tossed in the corner. I did find that other one there. I don't know. You know, this one is absolutely. The question just is this going from the top to here, as in the third row, or is this going from here to somewhere in here? And again, I'm so high off the ground here with this tree that there's no chance. Here's this concrete pad in the middle. No real clue what this is. You know, it's strange. There's a piece outside of this that I want to investigate too. I don't know if this could have just been dumped here. You know, I can hypothesize somebody trying to stop the groundhog action and tossing, you know, spare concrete thing on top of a hole. I've seen people do that, not necessarily in cemeteries, but, you know, I don't know. This could be a red herring and have nothing to do with the burial, or it could have everything to do with the burial. I have no idea. So, doesn't appear to be any writing on it. Kind of very random. Appears to be kind of actually between rows, which is strange too. I mean, again, that's my interpretation of what's going on here. I come up here, and there's a couple that I found there. Again, not slam dunks. One thing that I you know, pay attention to is the ones that are clearly headstones. You know, they're often some sort of hard rock, slate, or some other hard rock, as opposed to, I mean, say hard rock, it's not that quartz isn't hard, but it's pretty uncommon to see quartz being used as field stones, in this area at least. And when you do, it's oftentimes like the head and the foot both are very clearly quartz. You know, it's like this is clear. You know, this one was straight down, it just was sunk. So, you know, I had to bring this up. I just was making a quick video just to show, you know, I'm probing here, and the logic we kind of try to use is, you know, obviously you're going to look for the depressions, but, you know, you also kind of want to look at the layout and the potential rows. You know, especially the heads. Feet can be shorter depending on the size, but especially the heads, you know, and I got something, as you can see, gonna come up right here. I'll try to see if I can one-hand video this. And this is almost assuredly gonna be a marker. Yep, and you can see. And this shape, I don't know why, it's just a common, you know, it's just like that one over there. I mean, they're kind of cool rocks. I mean, I suppose if I was looking for a fieldstone marker, that my eye would go to that kind that's kind of tall. So there you go. And again, that's kind of forming a head, potential head, I don't know, tree, and another head. So again, I don't really know. I don't really know the precise layout, but we are finding, you know, multiple barrels as is expected. I mean, I trust that, you know, kind of based on the order of operations as we understand it, with George Johnson and his son George, might be George W. Johnson also. You know, the story we've been told is that he is the one who, you know, put the curbing around here. He's the one who has a really elaborate marble mausoleum in Longwood, in Bedford. You know, it still really surprises me that he did not apparently put some sort of you know, elaborate marker in here, but who knows? I mean, you know, his brother got the zinc marker. I mean, maybe there was a zinc marker here, and it was stolen and scrapped. I mean, I don't know. You know, that could explain the what that footer is. I mean, the other one, the Francis Johnson zinc marker, has no footer at all. It was just dropped in the dirt. So I don't know, but we are kind of piecing together where these different burials are. And again, he paid for the money to enclose the space, so it's not really a surprise, based on the fact that I think he was the youngest. I may have to change that, but he was the youngest, and you know, everyone else is accounted for, who died, you know, in the 1900s or later. So I mean, this burial ground would have kind of ceased, as far as we understand it, with the burial of George and his wife Caroline Johnson in 1896-97-ish. So I don't know, just peculiar. You know, I'm gonna keep probing around, but you know, not unexpected based on our previous couple visits here. It was pretty overgrown, but I mean, nothing really obviously was popping anywhere. You know, now we're really kind of getting a much more complete assessment, and you know, we'll keep going and seeing what we can get here. Stay tuned.